Hey everyone, welcome back or welcome for the first time to Reality Reads. Today we are doing a House of Villains cast assessment. House of Villains will be premiering on Peacock this week and we need to talk about this cast. Okay, so in full transparency, this is going to be my first year watching House of Villains as it's actually airing. If you're not familiar with House of Villains, it used to be on E, now it is going to be dropping on Peacock just like The Traitors does. And it is also a show that brings a lot of reality TV personalities together to play a game. They're from a mix of different shows. We've had people from Bad Girls Club, we've had people from The Bachelor, we've had people from Survivor, Big Brother, The Challenge, all different walks of life coming into this House of Villains house to play a bunch of silly games and vote each other out. And of course, there's a lot of drama. These are villains that we're talking about. So on today's video, we are going to be breaking down the cast of season 3. House of Villains premieres on February 26th on Peacock, and just like with The Traitors, they will be dropping 3 episodes on that day. So we need to talk about this cast, some predictions, some hopes, all of the things. So let's dive into it. So of course, up first, we have none other than Tiffany New York Pollard. Now, if you're not familiar with the House of Villains, you may not know that this is season 3 of House of Villains, and it is also Tiffany's 3rd season on the show. She has not yet won, but I'm excited to have her back. She improved from season 1 to season 2, so maybe 3rd time is going to be the charm for her. Either way, she always brings the drama. She always brings the entertainment. And at this point, I can't imagine a season of House of Villains without her. So hopefully she'll be around for every season. Up next, we have Paul. Paul was on Big Brother. They were on season 17 and season 18, and they finished in 2nd place both times. Honestly, some of the parallels of those last votes are kind of crazy. They even wore the same shirt both times. We, as the Big Brother community, definitely saw their villain origin story play out on Big Brother. I'm excited to have them back on our screens. I do feel like they probably have grown a lot since their time on Big Brother. That was 8 years ago. So very excited to see what Paul does inside of the House of Villains house. They are very strategic player, and I don't know. I have high hopes. I have high expectations and high hopes for Paul in this house. Then we have none other than Tom Sandoval. Okay, here's the deal. Tom is not strategic, and I'm actually really surprised that he agreed to do this show because I feel like he came into Traitors with a very villainous persona and character archetype. And because of the silliness and goofiness and campiness of the Traitors, I feel like he was able to kind of change that perception of him. And he came out of the castle with a pretty positive kind of image compared to how he went into it. So I feel like it's really interesting that he did agree to do the House of Villains, because I'm wondering if this will be as positive of a reception as The Traitors was. I'm going to go with no. Then we have Ashley Mitchell from The Challenge. I do definitely consider Ashley a villainous character on The Challenge, but I am curious how she's going to fare up against some even more villainous type of players. I can definitely see there being a world where her and New York do not get along at all. I do not think that New York is going to like Ashley. I don't think they're going to mesh well, and I'm here for the entertainment that that is going to bring. Ashley is a really good competitor. She has won the challenge before. So these challenges on House of Villains, to be honest, they're really not all that serious or hard. They're kind of more silly, goofy, which I personally appreciate because then anyone can win Supervillain of the Week. Let me pause real quick to explain the mechanisms of this game. How this works is each week they will do a challenge, and whoever wins the challenge becomes Supervillain of the Week. And then up until the numbers dwindle down to where they can't do this anymore, they will nominate 3 other villains for banishment. Those 3 players then play a redemption challenge. Whoever wins that saves themselves. And then everyone in the house, aside from the supervillain of the week, votes between the 2 people on who they want to be banished that week. They keep doing that until the end. And then at the end, everyone votes for the winner, down between like 2 or 3 people. So that's kind of like how House of Villains works. It is mostly a social kind of strategy game. I think what's really interesting is in the first 2 seasons, the people that made it to the end that I would consider to be technically like the more strategical thinkers and the more villainous kind of people, maybe they backstabbed a little, all those different kinds of things, they didn't end up getting the votes. It's kind of like Big Brother and jury management and things like that. But I feel like I don't like that for a show called House of Villains. I would much rather you crown the person that played the most villainous game. That seems to make the most sense to me, but so far that has not been the case for the first 2 seasons. Maybe they'll change things up a little bit in season 3, but who knows? Up next, we have Johnny from Love Island. I'll be honest, I'm not super familiar with Johnny at all. I don't know. Is it just that he was kind of like a player? Is that what makes him a villain? Not sure why he's on the cast, but again, I'm not saying he doesn't deserve a spot, just saying I'm not familiar with him, so I don't know what makes him a villain. So far, every other person that we have discussed, I definitely understand why they were put on the show. So interested to see how this goes for him. Then we have Christine Quinn from Selling Sunset. This was a really interesting addition to the cast, I feel like. We haven't really had this kind of person on a season. I feel like this is the first time I've seen a Netflix person come on House of Villains. I would have to like actually look at the last couple casts to be sure, but I think this is the first Netflix person. And I feel like that's the perfect person to like bring the Netflix reign in, because she is definitely a villain. I don't know how, I think she'll be entertaining. She's definitely not going to get along with everyone. She will definitely speak her mind. As far as like the strategy part of the game though, she's smart, but I don't know if she's strategic. So I'm interested to see how she handles this. Then we have Kate Chastain. I am excited to see Kate. Glad we're not seeing her on The Traitors this season and she's finally moving on to something else. Kate is definitely a villainous character and has been on every show that she has been on. Here's what I'll say though. Kate, in my opinion, is not that strategic. A lot of times she lets her emotions and anger kind of guide her, and she's very vengeful in her style of gameplay. So I don't know how long she's going to last. I'm just saying. Then we have Drita from Mob Wives. Kind of similar to Christine is how I feel about Drita. I think that she's definitely going to be entertaining. She's not going to let people kind of walk all over her. She's going to speak her mind, but I'm not sure how much of a game player she is going to be. So I think she's more so here just for the entertainment factor rather than someone that's really here to like play this game and win. Up next, we have Jackie Christie. This may be shocking, but I could actually see how Jackie would be a more strategic kind of player than what people would expect. So I think that this is a really interesting addition to the cast. I think she's going to be someone, like I said, you're not going to expect her to be that good at this game, but I think she's going to be able to figure it out and really make some good, strong alliances with some people. And I don't know, I'm excited to watch her play. Then we have Plain Jane from RuPaul's Drag Race. The people from RuPaul's Drag Race, they always bring the entertainment to House of Villains. I am sure that Plain Jane is going to be the same. I've looked up some clips online and they are definitely really funny. So interested to see how this goes. I feel like honestly on House of Villains, the people from Drag Race have done decently well. They haven't won yet, but they've done fairly well in these competitions. They definitely are strategic thinkers. And I don't know, maybe this will be the first time that we get a drag racer that wins House of Villains. We'll have to see. And then my last on the list is none other than Tyson from Survivor. Very excited to see Tyson play this game. Really interested to see how him and Paul, will they decide to work together? Are they going to be like going head to head, kind of like we saw with Wes and Jesse last season? What is that dynamic going to look like? Tyson is an extremely strategic kind of player. And if people don't know that about him, he can also be really charming and pull you in. So I think that we're going to see good things from Tyson on this season of House of Villains, and I'm really excited to watch him play. I am going to lock in some predictions here on this video, and we'll see if I get anything correct. Probably not, but who knows? So as far as the winner, I honestly think that we will see Tyson, and I think we see Tyson and Tom Sandoval in the final two, and Tom Sandoval wins. I think Tyson's going to piss people off and they won't vote for him. We'll get like a repeat of the last couple of seasons where Tyson will definitely be the one that played a much better game, but people are just too bitter to give him the votes. So I feel like that's going to happen. If it's not Tom Sandoval, literally I could see any other person you fit into here. But I think that Tyson makes it to the end but doesn't end up getting the votes. It's a random prediction. On season 2, after the very first person was eliminated, they brought in Larsa Pippen. And she had not been revealed or announced as part of the cast in any way prior to the season. So it was a really big surprise and reveal that she was then added into the house as a part of the cast. I think that that's going to happen again this season. And I think that the person that's going to take the spot of the person that is banished first and then comes in as a surprise character is Danielle Reyes. Danielle, it was heavily speculated that she was part of this season 3 House of Villains cast because she pulled out of a Big Brother cruise right at the same time that filming for this kind of was kickstarted and different things like that. With really no explanation given to anyone involved in the cruise. And she also took a social media break at that time. She had said at the time that it was just to like focus on her family and different things like that. But if you know anything about Danielle, she does not believe in pre-gaming or giving people her like information as it relates to these different TV shows. She is someone that is very, very strict on following those NDAs. And so I definitely see a world where Danielle ends up in this game. And if that ends up being the case, my Tyson prediction could very well be wrong. Because when you can, I know a lot of people did not like watching Danielle on The Traitors, but she already had like a villainous kind of persona from Big Brother 3 because of how that whole thing went down. But then it got amped up even more with The Traitors, and a lot of people didn't like her. She's a very polarizing kind of character. But The Traitors, she was having to act a part. In House of Villains, she gets to go in there and be her own villainous kind of self. And because of that, I think we're going to see even better gameplay for her in House of Villains than in The Traitors. So I'm excited for that. I could be wrong. There could have been like potential for her to come in and then something changes. I don't know, but I just have this gut feeling that we're going to see her at some point in House of Villains. There are also times where they bring like other notable villainous TV characters on to like host some challenges and things like that. So maybe if she doesn't like take someone's spot and become an actual part of the cast, maybe she's just going to host a competition or something along those lines. But I feel like at some point throughout the season of season 3 House of Villains, we see Danielle on our screens. I'm just saying. So that's just my real quick cast assessment, initial thoughts going into the season. These House of Villain updates will be part of my reality reports going forward. But let me know, are you guys going to be tuning in? I feel like this season, a lot more people are going to be watching since it is going to be on Peacock now. And we do have a chat BCC chat for House of Villains if you want to join it and chat with some of the people that are going to be on the show. They haven't fully announced who all is going to be in there, but I do know Tyson sent a message in there the other day letting all of us know that he was going to be in it. I'll put a link to the House of Villains chat here in the description of this video if you want to join and check it out. It's going to be a fun season no matter what. I'm really, really excited for this season. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this will be the first season that I'm watching as it airs. And this is also the first season where I'm at minimum familiar with majority of the cast, but know quite a bit about most of the cast. So super excited. Let me know if you'll be tuning in with me, and we will chat all about it on Sunday. And I honestly cannot wait.